Two players, one manager. Ooh, what is going on? It's the transfers, and we are definitely going to be diving into the transfers right about here. We've got Mauricio Pochettino to talk about, and guess what? Someone wants Mauricio Pochettino's job, and guess who that is? You're going to be finding out, and do not forget that this manager that we are talking about is a very good manager. But what do you think? Do you think Mauricio Pochettino should be given more time, or the manager that is saying that he should be the manager of Chelsea should get the job? And guess whom we're talking about? You can go on and guess, but the manager we are talking about was once the manager of Chelsea, and he left, and now he says he has got unfinished business at Chelsea. Guess whom we are talking about? Thomas Tuchel. He wants the Chelsea job again. This is very, very amazing. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think he should come back to Chelsea, or you think he should not come back to Chelsea? Mauricio Pochettino should be given the time that he deserves. Remember, Mauricio Pochettino has won the last 5 games in a row. He's not lost a single game when it comes to the last 5 games. What does that mean? That could mean that the coming season, if he is left, he could perform much better than he did. There was a meeting between Mauricio Pochettino and Todd Bowley, and it is reportedly said that this meeting was about Mauricio Pochettino's earlier performance that did not excite the current co-owner of Chelsea, Todd Bowley. Anyway, leaving that aside, before we get into that, we have 2 players again to talk about. We've got Ramon Sosa, a very wonderful forward, and Chelsea are saying, you know what, we want to sign you. We want to give you the life. We want you to come and play for Chelsea. And he is into it 100%. And guess what? We have got also another one to talk about. Another forward to talk about. Heavily linked to the football club Chelsea, and he's been making rounds. Very many clubs are interested in him. We're talking about clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City. We are talking about clubs like Arsenal. All of them eyeing this wonderful superstar from Aston Villa. One of the reasons as to why Aston Villa has performed very well is because of this gentleman, and he goes by the names John Durham. And this is the Chelsea chapter where you get everything that you definitely want to know. And let's really get into the transfer business right about now. So anyway, let us start with the current manager, Mauricio Pochettino. So it will be noted that Mauricio Pochettino has he's managed the club quite well, I must say. Note in the first section of the season, that wasn't the best, but he was trying to find a way on how he can make these football players play alongside themselves, alongside other football players quite well, come up with a very good squad, because there are very many players, Chelsea has got very many players, and all of them are talented. And one of the reasons as to why I'm saying that Chelsea has that big squad and needs a manager who definitely will get into this squad and make it right for Chelsea. And Mauricio Pochettino, in the last 5 games, I must say, he's proved that he is the right man for the job. He's proved that in the last 5 games, he's the right man for the job. And believe it or not, I think, as me personally, if given the opportunity, he will improve. But we wake up to news today saying that Thomas Tuchel, however you want to call him, he wants the job. He wants Mauricio Pochettino's job. And he says he has got unfinished business at the football club Chelsea. But do not forget, Thomas Tuchel wants the job, but there are two possible clubs where he could go, as he signed a contract, he signed a deal with Bayern Munich, where he's been currently, and they said when the season is done, he will have to leave the club, and he said it's all right, and he's managed Bayern Munich and got to the semi-finals, of the Champions League, though he did not take the Bundesliga, So all this was signed before the Bundesliga, before the German Bundesliga, before Champions League football. So they didn't think he would go that far when it comes to Champions League, but he showed that he definitely needs time. And they had already signed this. They had already signed this, and he comes up and says, you know what, we've already signed this. I've performed quite well, but I'm definitely leaving because that's what you wanted. So that is exactly what went on, and he has said he's leaving Bayern Munich, and this gives Chelsea a chance to sign him again, to give him a big opportunity to come back to Chelsea or Manchester United. So he's looking at potentially moving to Manchester United or Chelsea. He says he's got unfinished business with Chelsea, and he says Manchester United is a bad club for him to manage. So what comes up is that the club that will be fast, the club that will come fast, approach him fast, quicker, will be the club that is most likely going to be managed by the current one of the best managers, and we're talking about Thomas Tuchel. So I pose a question to you, and let me know, should Mauricio Pochettino maintain his job, because he's been performing well recently in the last 5 games, but you cannot judge the entire season by the last 5 games. That also you have to put into consideration, So should he remain with his job, or Thomas Tuchel should come back, he should get back to Chelsea and claim his job and get his job? That is a question that I will pose on to you and remain with you. Now, I think, me personally, I think both managers are very good. Both managers are brilliant. Mauricio Pochettino is proving that he's definitely getting well. But I want you to think about this. If Thomas Tuchel is given that squad of Chelsea, what can happen? That is the question that I'm going to leave you with. If Thomas Tuchel is presented the wonderful squad of Chelsea, what could happen? That's a question for you, and I will leave it with you. Yes, Chelsea want to add more striking firepower to their squad, and we're talking about a very young and talented football player. And guess who this is? This is Ramon Sosa. So he's been playing for Talleres. Yeah, he's been playing for Talleres Cordoba, and he's been a very brilliant on there, managing to score 6 goals in 14 appearances whenever given that opportunity to play. And then not forgetting that he's made a wonderful 6 assists, and that makes him an incredible football player. And that's why we've definitely been seeing clubs after the gentleman. So let's hope Chelsea go on and sign this lad, as Chelsea is very interested in him. Putting pen to paper, it will be noted that Chelsea recently asked for more information, made big inquiries about how much money the club wants for him. But his termination clause is 15.7 million pound, and that is what Talares Cordoba definitely wants for Ramon Sosa, a very good striker, very good forward. Let's hope Chelsea can go on and seal that deal, and because it will be a bargain, look at it this way: 15.7 million pound for a good striker, another South American wonder kid. He's not a wonder kid, he's a bit of an old man, isn't he? 24 years old. Yeah, very good football player. So let's hope this definitely goes on quite well. But it's a very good bargain. It's a big bargain. I mean, bargain, massive bargain, because 15.7 million pound. What's that to Chelsea? It's nothing. So Chelsea could just dash out that amount of money, little money. Anyway, let's hope things are moving quite well for Chelsea, and they can go on and sign this young lad. Let's move to yet another superstar. So, John Durham is a very good striker, very good forward who's playing for Aston Villa, and it will be noted that Aston Villa performed very well because of him. And he's one of the reasons as to why they did well. John Durham, very good forward. So, it will be noted that Chelsea tried as much as they can to sign him, tried as much as they can to get into contact, talk to him. But things have not yet gone as planned, but there is still positive information coming in, despite Unai Emery coming out and saying he would not love to sell the player because he brought Champions League football to them, because he was one of the crucial players that brought the Champions League football that they will be playing the next season to them. So he's not looking at selling, but Chelsea's like, you know what, I've got my money. At this moment in time, we will have to bargain. But do not forget that Aston Villa cashed in. Aston Villa gave bought their player for £18 million. Guess how much this transfer will definitely be? We'll take a bit of money. We're talking about possibly something like £30 million for John Durham. Maybe. That's how I think, because the transfer fee has not yet been agreed upon. But it will be something like that, still affordable for Chelsea. Let's hope things go on quite well for you, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you. Thank you, and should I say goodbye? Goodbye for now. My name is Abu KALS, and this is the Chelsea chapter, where you get the latest of information. All right.